Hello. Hello. Excuse me. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? That didn't sound that I anyway. Sorry for being a little late. I had to prepare. And now that we are prepared, we can actually move on. Let me put the chat over here, guys. Okay. Okay. No, let's do this. Oh, I have to do more reading. Fuck me. Sorry. I woke up like half an hour ago and I'm still trying to snap out of the sleep. I'm still trying to wake up. Great. There is no mouse again. I realized something in the streams though. I do not see my mouse. Reasons unknown. Yeah, there is no choice for seeing the actual goddamn mouse. But I can see it in the stream, and I can also see it on the on OBS. So I guess I have to use OBS to navigate. Dialogue history is empty. What? I didn't pull that just now. The fuck? Okay. Okay, where were we? Yes, we were right after our wife did the, had we some. Wait a minute. Recap. We had a fight with our wife. We had the seizure after our wife left. Our wife, Ethan's wife. We're not playing as I in this game. Ethan's wife calls. She snaps him out of it. Ethan starts messaging the other guy, I think, which he also has insomnia. And, well, shut. I guess that's the recap. And then we have like evening time with our wife again, with Ethan's wife. That's the recap. Thank you very much.
You had a call from the agency?
Oh wow, this game doesn't take any time to load immediately, like, go for it. Yes, I... Wait a minute, I need to warm up to it, because I'm still not into streamer mode yet. Actually, let me go wash my face 1 second, I'm coming back. Damn. Alright. Alright, I think now I am out of sleep mode. And I am on streaming mode. Let's do this. You had a call from the agency? Ethan just got back from the shower. He froze in place, clutching the towel at his waist. Something cold stirred uncomfortably in his stomach. The project. He had completely forgotten about the agency project, and it had been more than 2 weeks. The deadline was very close. He started for the phone, but Hope just waved her hand lazily.
Don't worry, I picked it.
What did you tell them?
I told them you'd stop eating, sleeping, and loving anything other than work, so they'll get those files all nice and shiny. Pretty accurate, huh?
Don't give me that. Not immediately after I start the stream. God damn it. Ethan, have you scored these 5 goals I told you about? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Just don't pick up my phone again, okay? Motherfucker! Jesus, you sound so you sound like such a mysterious person. My house, my phone, my life. Fuck you. Jesus. Ethan, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's your wife. Not even your girlfriend, your wife. You married this woman. You have given a vow to love her and to share everything with her. No, many people do not understand, especially young people, do not understand the concept of marriage. Like the very important, the sacred vow that is marriage. Many people do not realize how important it is to sacrifice yourself for others. And, well, no wonder so many marriages don't go well. Anyway, Hope shrugged.
Sure.
What the?
I mean, it was you who asked me to answer the calls in the first place.
Not only you don't want other people to pick up your phone, you tell them to pick up the phone first, and then you complain about it. Ethan, my guy, you are a fine man, alright. Yes, I know. When I just started working for them, it was important to let them see I am always in touch. Now that I've passed the probation period, there's no point in peeling this on you any longer. Thank you for covering for me. Okay, so at least he has some appreciation.
No problem. If you're getting a call and I'm not too lazy to go pick it up, I can watch your back.
Yeah, okay. No, you really shouldn't. Not okay. This project is complicated. I'd rather deal with it myself. Ethan said rigid. Rigid. He never considered himself a good liar, but Hope didn't seem to notice anything. She signed, pretending to be upset, and rolled her eyes.
Well now,
Pretending.
guess I'm being fired from an unpaid security position without any honors or compensation.
Remember those 5 goals? Yes, you should up them to 7.
Capitalism sucks.
True. Communism for the win. No, I'm joking. But it's true. Capitalism is not any better. Ethan leaned over, tucked a strand of blonde hair behind her ear. And looked into her eyes. His hand remained on Hope's cheek. Your help is very important to me. Oh, turns out I'm still not out of sleeping mode. Oh. Ah. Mm. Oh. Give me 1 second. I know it's gonna get more and more complicated as it goes, so we have to be completely awake. Not to mention that tonight's stream is gonna be longer than yesterday's. You know why? Because tonight I have a day off. Fuck yeah! And when I have a day off, that means that I play my life out. I play my life away. Perhaps I'll make a small break in the middle of this stream to get a little bit of juice. A glass of juice. I like juice. Anyway, Hope's hand went over his. She closed her eyes.
I know.
What? I couldn't have done it without you.
What else is new?
You have nice eyes. Beautiful eyes. They kissed. Good. The game starts. The football match, finally. When Hope pulled away, she looked pleased, a sly smile on her lips. Are we still going to the store?
I'm not sure.
Fuck the store. We go to the field right now. God damn it. It's always that fucking phone. They reached for each other again, but the phone gave a shrill ring. God damn it. Wait a minute. Are you one of those people, like by any chance, to have by accident, like, stop the couple? Even if you probably did not know it, you called someone, a friend of yours who apparently has a girlfriend or something, and you call him right in the moment of, of the match. Isn't that a little bit rude? But then again, you don't know about it. But it's almost as if the universe make it so that you will call in that time. Not later, not earlier, you call in that time. After the phone call this morning, Ethan turned the silent mode off. Oh well. My city needs me. The football match needs you. Fuck the city. Actually, ditch the city and fuck the football. I mean, you get me. You know you get me. Ethan briefly pressed his lips to her forehead. Hope signed and slapped his ass. What's up with women wanting to slap a man's ass? I never found that appealing, just saying. But anyway.
If God existed, he'd really want us to buy some zucchinis.
Fuck zucchini. What you need is Suzuki. No, I'm not joking. Suzuki is an actual dish. It's nice. It's healthy. You will like Suzuki. I'm pretty sure of it. No, this is not actually a king kind of thing. I'm dead serious. I'll show you what Suzuki is, by the way. Specifically, Suzuki is one. Suzukaya is how it's actually called because they are small and there are many. There we go. Suzukaya. Do you wanna see a couple of pictures? This is Suzukaya. Basically, it's meatballs. A little bit, but not actually balls, like bites, you could say. And they are in red sauce, and they are served with rice. Suzukaya is amazing. Yeah, you see Greek baked meatballs and tomato sauce. So we get Suzukaya tonight. All right. You are the one who always orders. I want to order something for a change. I'm hungry. Yeah.
I'll go and get dressed.
The call was from the agency. They needed more details and dates. I was on a date just now. Ethan went out into the hallway and tried to make it sound as plausible as he could. Yes, he understands that the deadline is very close. No, there were no serious hitches in the work. Yes, he will send everything on time. When the call finally ended, Ethan's neck and face were flushed by this time. He was a lousy liar after all. Ethan had to catch his breath. When he returned to the room, Hope was reaching for his laptop. What are you doing, bitch? No, I'm expecting Ethan to slap her after that point. That guy is really like... I cannot really explain it. This guy really like has bursts of outrage out of fucking nowhere. Completely uncalled for. What are you doing? Hope glanced at him over the shoulder. This time she looked surprised.
Nothing special, really. I just wanted to print out some discount coupons.
Okay.
What about it?
Can you print out a coupon for the chocolate bars I like so much? Ethan left a bunch of files and tabs open. They had nothing to do with the agency project and he didn't want Hope to see them. Why the fuck? Man, this guy! What the fuck? Why? What's so like... Oh, my wife, if she finds out... There is one thing, it's called honesty. Like, if you are not honest to someone, you don't really care if they see something or not. I mean, it can get irritating if they always are, breathing down your neck. But from what I see here, this is like normal wife behavior, I can say. And it's not something that surprises me, actually. After all, she did know enough about his projects to serve as a sort of secretary. What? Wait a minute. After all, she did know enough about his projects to serve as a sort of secretary. So you make your wife a secretary, and then you feel like, oh, I have to hide this from her. I have to not show her this. Man, fucking let her do whatever the fuck she wants. She wants to take the laptop, fucking format it entirely if she cares. It's your wife. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but still, get me? Like, it's a loved one. And you have to forgive loved ones, no? No? Why am I here acting like a marriage counselor? God damn it. About all the projects except the one that Ethan shouldn't have taken because it wasn't paid for. Well, okay, just explain to her that you wanted a change of pace and you are planning to get paid eventually, but even if you don't get paid, you just did it out of your kindness of your heart because you are that precious husband that she married. Ah? Silver-tongued devil right here, me. Maybe his fears were irrational. They were. Maybe Hope wouldn't blame him. She wouldn't. She wouldn't do it to him. But Ethan felt ashamed, and he didn't want to take any chances after what had happened this morning. Well, then again, yeah, I see why she might actually scold him a little bit because he's so tired and he was also taking a project which he's technically not paid for. But, hey, he's technically not doing any crimes. As a matter of fact, he's doing charity. You cannot really stay mad at someone who's doing something so kind. Just saying. I have lots of unsaved files in there. Some important information might get lost. Can I print those coupons myself? Ethan felt the heat rise again in his neck and cheeks. Man. Hope stared at him for a few seconds. Do not stare down at me. Do not do that. I do not like it when they stare at me. You know I feel provoked. You know, my paranoia will strike again. Ethan couldn't read the expression in her face, and that creeped him out. Well, yeah, because she's a little bit ahead of you, my friend. She learned, like, she has the poker face, like, she knows how you react, but you cannot tell how she will react. He was ready to hear the reproaches. He even agreed with them in his mind, but Hope simply walked away. That's even worse, actually. What is a reproach, by the way? I need to have a direct translation to that because I'm not exactly sure. Reproaches. Reproaches. Morphes. What a minute. What is reproach? Wait a minute. Reproaches. Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. What's the meaning of reproaches? Express to someone one's disapproval or disappointment in their actions. Oh. Okay. That's what he... Okay.
Sure.
That actually creeped me out more than...
I'll send them to your mail.
Okay. I didn't like that. I really did not like that. They spent most of the way to the store in tense silence. Malaka, god damn it! This guy disappoints me. A few times Ethan asked something, just to make sure Hope was still talking to him. Hope was, though the answers were dry and she never even attempted to make a joke. It's not that bad, Ethan told himself. My friend, it's really bad when they give you, like, the cold answer. Most of the time is even worse than the cold shoulder. You know why? Because the cold answer, it's something that they can actually get used to in doing. The cold shoulder is something that they are mad at you right now, and they will eventually, open up to you after they have calmed down. Giving you the dry, cold, the dry, cold responses, now that is a massive red flag on my book. It's not that bad at all. If you repeat it again and again, you can buy a little time, but in the end, the anxiety will prevail. It always does. Oh, you see, I'm still on sleeping mode. Oh, you're on sleep mode. Ethan's mind quickly figured out the owner was trying to trick it and spat out the chewing gum. At that moment, Ethan got caught in an avalanche of thoughts he didn't want to deal with and couldn't in his current state. Something had to be done, to be said. But what? Maybe he should actually do something after all? Ethan imagined touching Hope's fingers, and he immediately saw her pulling the hand back, her eyes glistening. How she opens her mouth to ask the question Ethan had no answer to. They'd have to talk one way or another. Ethan didn't know where to start without burying himself even deeper. Man, this is a bad situation. He had been thinking about it the whole day, but never came up with anything. You're telling me that you didn't just found a way to warm up to your wife in a way, or, just to open up a conversation about something being wrong or something. My God, you don't have any reason. You don't have any, any diplomatic skills. You don't have, how did you even get married? I will keep questioning that until you prove me wrong. Or until I don't know. I guess until I have completely convinced the entire crowd that you, my friend, somehow, some way, you just got married out of pure luck. The huge supermarket on the next block A place they had. Wait a minute. Oh, excuse me. A place they had long dubbed the store was bustling with life. Despite the rather late hour, as soon as they entered the large glass doors, the tension began to come off on its own. Finally, nice jacket. The cards were scarce, but Ethan got them one in exchange for a coupon. Hope gave him a thumbs up with "not bad, not bad at all" expression on her face. Hope enthusiastically presented a huge, colorful, utterly ludicrous mug, and Ethan immediately agreed they had to buy it. They tried to find a pair for the mug, but the brooding supermarket employee said it was the last one. They were a little disappointed, but, well, at least that was something. Well, you can get something, you can get another mug somewhere else. Looking for the mug was the thing that finally did the trick. Now they were huddled together, looking for their favorite treats and arguing about which breakfast cereals are the best. Fucking finally, I cannot believe the man got. I told you he has he got saved by a fucking mug. That's how it was until they reached the meat department. What? I'll go pick something out before it's all cleared. Hope nodded absently. She was stuck at one of the big fridges in the middle of the hall.
Okay. I'll be waiting for you here.
Okay. The meat cells were half empty, as usual, at this hour. Ethan was hoping to find a steak or some minced meat. However, he soon forgot about both. Oh, fucking goddamn it. Why are you here? There was a girl standing by one of the shelves. Ooh, meat. Ethan couldn't see her face, only her pale black under. A white... only her pale back... Oh, her pale back, not her pale black. Goddammit. Only her pale back under a white dress with thin straps, and also her disheveled dark hair. Ethan's cheek was stung with cold, as if his face was lying on the shelf in one of those refrigerated display areas. Display cases. Oh, hey, that was a face. Did you see that face? Anglgar Threefool. What's a fucking threefool? Just between the pork ribs and a lone ribeye in a black polystyrene foam tray. Is what? I don't get it. What? Is that hair? Ethan took a few uncertain steps forward, then he backed away, almost knocking over a nice old lady. He couldn't even muster an apology, grabbed the first thing that came to hand, and turned around the nearest row of shelves. He tried not to run, because it would have looked too stupid. Ethan explained to himself as he reached to the end of the road, peered around the corner. The girl was still picking out meat. Isn't that you're doing now, stupid too? For sure it is, Ethan agreed with himself. The cold no longer burned his cheek, and the girl seemed quite ordinary. Except she was dressed too lightly for the current weather, but that was still not considered a crime in any of the states. Ethan smiled to his own thoughts. Generally speaking, the girl was rather attractive, and her light clothing alone allowed one to fully appreciate it. If you listen to me, do not get tricked by that. If you put in that light clothing your wife, she's gonna be equally, if not better. I'm telling you this because I really wanna, break the idea that cat girls are better. All right, just saying. Her thin waist, passing into a seductive curve of her. Passing into a seductive curve of her hips. And beneath the folds of white fabric, one could make out her rounded buttocks.
Fun.
You see what motherfucker? What?
I was asking broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. Yeah, Brussels sprouts, yeah. Hope stood still, with two colorful plastic bags in her hands, looking at Ethan questioningly. He blinked several times, squinting as if he had just stepped out into the bright light from a darkened room. When did he get back to Hope? Why was he holding a bottle of Thousand Islands dressing? A Thousand Islands, is that a Greek bottle? You know, because Thousand Islands is actually a name of Greek origin. Just saying, there's actually a sauce that is called Thousand Islands. Is there also a wine called Thousand Islands? I didn't know that. Just saying, I don't know. I don't know. He was a little dizzy.
Are you alright?
Man, no wonder she's gonna start believing that you're cheating or something just because you have some kind of paranoia. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry, I was just lost in thought. Hope tried not to look in the direction Ethan had been focusing on for so long. Hope tried not to look in the direction Ethan had been focusing on for so long. She really tried, but sometimes trying isn't enough, no matter how much effort you put in. At the very moment the dark-haired girl's white dress was floating away from the meat cells. At that very moment, she must have finally made her choice.
I see.
Oh, god damn it. Oh man, Selene is doing something. This is not normal. For a moment, Ethan thought both colorful plastic bags were about to slap him in the face. Yeah, I truly believe that too, actually. But Hope just smiled and tossed the bags into the cart. Ethan heard them crunch loudly as they hit the bottom.
Well, let's take a bath.
Let's take... Hey, excuse me, Miss Actress. It says, let's take both, not take bath. Just saying, both and bath are two different words in English, as far as I know. Then again, I'm not actually a native English speaker, so what do I know? Just saying. I will keep saying just saying, because just saying sounds like I'm trying to not actually provoke anyone. I'm just trying to throw a small, comment out there for anyone who cares, really. Let's take a bath then, here at the store.
Variety is the spice of life.
Nice. Do we have money for all that? What is a man without his zucchini? Man, screw zucchini. I want Suzuki. They haven't bought any zucchini. They didn't. Wait a minute. Why did they not? Wait a minute. The fuck? Oh my god! It is like a script. Variety is the spice of life. They haven't bought any zucchini. How did they forget about the zucchini? It's because of the mug, isn't it? That night he had another dream about the white room and the red sofa. It's not about the white room, it's about the red sofa. What your mind is trying to tell you is that you need to buy a nice fancy red sofa for your living room. The walls were still trembling softly in the cold light. Everything in the room, including the air, was oozing tension, anguishing in anticipation of what was about to happen. And something was really about to happen, no doubt about it. Wow! Fisheye! Ethan suddenly realized he was looking at the room from an odd angle. He seemed to be standing on something, but he couldn't feel anything under his feet. No support. He tried to look down, but only saw the shimmering air. He had no legs and nothing above the missing legs. As if he was not there. Or rather, he was. Jesus, I'm still on sleep mode. Why am I... Oh, goddammit. Why am I still yawning? Or rather, he was. The shimmering air, the chipped ceiling, and the walls that were still trembling. He was the red sofa standing a little away from the center, and a couple of unremarkable white doors on opposite walls of the room that were not there the last time. And that should not have been there. Nothing can be done about it now. The doors have appeared and there is nothing that can be done about it now. What do you mean? The doors have appeared. Oh no, I'm having a fucking seizure again! The light grew dim, now pulsating noticeably. Blah. It was still emanating from the room in its entirety, reflecting from the white walls, but most of all, from the twin bra on the wall between two doors that were not supposed to be. For some reason, Ethan tried to catch the rhythm of the light with his breath, yet he couldn't. Ooh. There were two figures sitting on the sofa. One fair, the other dark. The dark one came into the room through one of the doors, but Ethan couldn't guess which one. The fair one was Hope. I knew it was Hope. I wanted to call it out, but I didn't. And the other one must be Selene, no? The fair one was Hope. Hope, what are you doing here? You can't be here. You have to leave right now, or something will happen. The pulse of light became faster. Yeah, I knew it. It was she. The dark one moved towards Hope and tucked a blonde strand behind her ear. Oh, fuck me. This feels so off. Everything was happening very slowly, as if underwater. There was something odd about the dark one. Something about her was wrong, but Ethan couldn't guess what. Wait a minute, she came from one of the doors? So that means that she wasn't in the room before. But if Ethan and Hope were in the room, that means that basically this is a symbolism for an invader in their lives, no? If we were to assume that the room they are in is basically the nutshell of their lives, she came through two doors. One of the two doors. What are the two doors, though? The one door must be the door Hope opened for her, but which door did she open? It's the question. That's right. I'm coming close to a conclusion right here. Theories, I'm sorry, but I cannot help it. I really have to dish out something out there. She leaned towards Hope's ear and covered her mouth with her hand. Covered Hope's mouth with her. And Hope leaned towards her and listened very carefully, as if they had a mutual secret among themselves. Something was about to happen. They both looked at Ethan, even though Ethan wasn't here. Or rather, he was nowhere, because no white room ever existed. Then one of them smiled. Which one? It was Hope? The dark one's finger slid down Hope's chin. A soft, rounded line. They were no longer looking at Ethan, only at each other, very closely, and were slowly inhaling the light. Inhaling? Is this a metaphor that inhaling the light? Wait a minute. Is this a metaphor that Hope and Selene are actually, eating away at him or something like that? Selene, because she actually, you know, causes him to have such. He causes him to have the insomnia. Hope because it's his wife, so that makes sense on its own, I suppose. I don't know why, but men after a certain point in their lives, if they are not really ready for marriage, they feel like the marriage is really something of a burden to them. Anyway. Oh, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? What, yo, what the fuck is this shit? This shit. I'm out of words. The Dark One stroked Hope's cheek, and there was no light left between their agile lips as they collided. Ethan saw drops of saliva glistering on their lips. That's my fucking wife. That's his fucking wife you're kissing, actually, not mine. Good thing though, but not a good thing for him. I mean, I don't really like Ethan so far, but still, you know, I do not think that he's deserved to be cocked like this. Just saying. Jesus. The Dark One licked her lips and raised her tongue to make space for a long black snake as it got out of her mouth. Oh, what the fuck? The snake swayed, tasted the air with its own tongue, and reached out to Hope. Hope closed her eyes. Now the snake was stroking her cheek, long and black, over and over again, in a spiral, always in spiral. Hope reached for the band that covered her ears, covered her eyes, and the dark girl reached for her hand, and their fingers intertwined, and the light between their lips melted, as it always happens at sunset. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why are you speaking with riddles? What the fuck the sunset? I just see Ethan's wife over here is getting kissed by another girl. Are you fucking with me right now? Yet there was no snake. It was just a black ribbon. A poisonous black ribbon, covered in scales. The pulse of the room became faster. One of the lamps came into an eclipse. She has a number of faces. That's a clue. That's a clue? What do you mean? She has a number of faces. What do you mean? The bodies of two girls merged on the red sofa, and his own flesh was shaking and shrinking. Ligaments, valves, bones, vessels, and places where they came very close, and to the shabby red upholstery. His heart rate became faster. 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 And then something happened. Hope is oh shit, she brainwashed Hope. Fuck this shit. Ethan woke up, enjoying it in sofa. God damn it, this is the trophy I got. So basically they were doing it. Fuck me, I told you you were the one you were supposed to score. You got scored? That's what you're telling me? Ethan, you're incapable of living, my friend. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. Spare yourself. Go, fuck off to Vegas. Go somewhere else. His breath was bubbling in his throat. The ceiling above him was flaring with immeasurable darkness. And down below his stomach he felt a searing heat. The heat was so intense, Ethan had to sneak into the bathroom, and as his old man used to say, he had to squeeze it off. And not just once, but whopping too. He's taking a shit. After that, Ethan loomed over the sink and was looking at himself in a small rectangular mirror for quite a while. At some point, his lips started trembling. Ethan did not wait to see where this was going. He spat into the sink, let the water in for a while, then he turned the lights off. What am I looking at? Something changed. Ethan didn't want morning to come. Okay, give me the TV program. How to make the tomato soup. Oh, fuck me. I think I already know where this is going. At some point, they had to remove her fingernail, an accident at the factory. She got lost. It's legal, but it's painful still. Devil comes from no time to cook. We've got an answer on the shelf. Tomato soup. Oh no. This man on the right is wearing red. And his flesh is actually reaching out for the tomato soup, which basically means that he's probably the tomato soup. Perhaps. What the fuck is up with this tomato right here? Made with fresh tomatoes and I wish you'd never been born. Well, guess what? I did got born, and I'm not gonna fucking ask you about it. How to make the tomato soup? Commercial break. What's the commercial? The commercial break is the fat guy, no? No time to no. The other is the. All right, this theory is going off the rails. Okay, how to make it? At some point, they remove she got lost. Painful. Devil comes from the little cracks they don't tell you at school. From the little cracks. You know, I actually do not like the fact that I have the model on this side of the screen, because you cannot actually see the you know, you cannot actually see the achievements, but oh well. Something changed. April 24th. April 24th what? Okay. At some point his lips started trembling. Ethan did not wait to see where this was going. He spat on the sink, then he... So what changed is the day, right? What was the previous day? Okay, so or there is something really supernatural happening, or there is it's all about, you know, metaphorical meanings. Like, obviously Selene, it's not actually a person. It could not be a person. It could be a sickness or a concept that has entered their life. If we were to talk about something literal, that is. But if we were to talk about something truly fantasy-like, then probably, yes, Selene has cursed this poor couple. And not only that, but apparently this poor couple, you know, is gonna get cucked beforehand. Do I want to save? Let's save, but technically there is no choice here. Yes, overwrite. He didn't want to wake up to see a hidden grudge in Hope's eyes, to listen to the awkward silence, and to seize every opportunity to say a word to break it. I'm still half asleep. By morning did come. But morning did come, and Ethan was in for a surprise. Everything was fine. Very much so. Hope got up early to make a superior breakfast, the kind Ethan was never able to cook, even when he really wanted to. She was talking to him. She was joking. She listed at least 10 places they would go when their schedules became more relaxed. Let me tell you something, alright? I am somewhat of a sensitive person. When I say sensitive, I do not mean in a literal sense. I mean it's sensitive in the emotions myself, you know? That's why I'm always trying to be rational and calm. I don't think I would be able to, you know, talk or even look at my girl after I've had a dream of her cucking me. Like, even if it might have been just a nightmare, me having this image in my mind would just fucking, it would put me off for quite a while, at the very least for that one whole day. The nightmare seemed to be over. Simply wasted away down the drain with the rest of all things excess he used to have in his body. Aha! So he basically shitted out his nightmare. That's a nice way to put it. The image was so real that Ethan got completely relaxed, let his guard down, dazed by the cute nonsense, waffles with cream and delicious Turkish coffee. Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit offended. Actually, not offended, but what is known as Turkish coffee is actually also Greek coffee. It's a special kind of blend. Actually, let me see. Let me just type Greek coffee instead. Greek coffee. Okay. Apparently, yeah, Greek coffee doesn't exist on Wikipedia because fuck you. But oops, wrong window. Reject. Greek coffee is strongly brewed coffee that is found everywhere in Greece. It's similar to the coffee served in surrounding countries, and it is an integral part of the country's culture. Quite often, travelers are captivated by the rich flavor and want to bring that taste home with them. There it is. Do you like it? Well, you should try it. It's nice. Making traditional Greek coffee requires a specific style of coffee pot called the briki and a fine grade of coffee beans. It can be served as sweet as you like, and you can skip the sugar altogether. Much like many European styles of coffee, it's designed to be shared with family and friends, and is often enjoyed slowly while visiting. Greek coffee is basically the same thing as Turkish coffee, like Armenian coffee, Cypriot coffee in Cyprus, Serbian's domestic coffee, and Bosnian coffee in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The term Greek coffee is Greece's way of laying claim to something that is very much part of their culture. Since it is so similar to other coffees in the region, the origin of this style of coffee is disputed. Turkey, along with other areas in the Balkans, the Caucasus, the Middle East, the North Africa, lay claims to creating the drink. This has often been backed by dicey political relationships between the nations. For example, Turkey invaded Cyprus in 1974, straining relations between Greece and Turkey. Those events prompted the name change from Turkish coffee to Greek coffee. You see? Like Turkish coffee, Greek coffee is made with a fine grade of coffee, sometimes called Turkish grind. It is bold in tall, narrow. Greek coffee is served with grounds in the cup and often a diminutive cup. The grounds are allowed to settle as the coffee is slowly sipped. The relaxed pace of drinking Greek coffee makes it ideal for social gatherings. It is not uncommon to see people conversing over Greek coffee at a local cafeteria. It also often is served to visitors and guests in Greek homes. It is not common for a typical Greek coffee break to last over 90 minutes. This is ample time to chat, catch up, gossip, and let those grounds settle. Okay, so here's the thing about that small dispute. It is true that is actually, the origin is mostly Turkish. But the Greeks have actually, deviated from that because, it is made in Greece the blends, I mean. Like, there are factories in Greece. Like, it's called Turkish coffee because of its origin, but the Greeks actually disputed that, the origin of the Turkish coffee, and made it Greek coffee because of the density of the nations, right? And it is actually kind of funny because people actually, specifically, people who have cafeterias, whenever someone was like, hey, I would like a Turkish coffee, the waiter would be, you want Turkish coffee? Okay, you swim by the sea, you go over there to Turkey, and you ask over there. They refuse to serve you Turkish coffee unless you say you were to say that it's Greek coffee, the one you want. Yeah. But regardless of disputes and such, small trivial matters, what you really need to remember is that Turkish coffee or Greek coffee, it is truly a nice coffee. So I'm actually kind of glad that this game actually bothered to bring attention to such a unique type of coffee. It's not like your usual Americano or espresso or black coffee. It's a unique coffee that not many people drink, especially in the States. Then Hope asked the question.
Do you think a darker hair color would suit me?
Fuck no. Fuck no. All women want to have blonde hair, and you telling me to... No, I'm not fucking joking. Every woman I have met that has natural brown or black hair, they want to dye. They want to dye it in blonde, and you just ask me for the opposite. You're beautiful just the way you are. Why would you say that? Oh my god, oh my god, I can imagine it in my mind. She looks horrible. Oh my god, I cannot, oh my god. No! No. The coffee suddenly turned solid and stuck in his throat. What the fuck? Ethan felt as if it wasn't coffee at all, but finally ground glass. He coughed. What? Hope put her elbows on the table and sipped from her cup as if nothing had happened. What are you doing to me? What is this? Who are you?
I was just thinking of becoming a brunette.
I don't like brunettes. I like blondies. Get that on your fucking mind. That's why we married you. That's why Ethan married you. Perhaps. I want to believe that is he had luck, but despite the fact that he had luck on his marriage a lot, he has a fine taste. I'll give him that. So I want to assume that the man is a man of culture.
What do you say? Huh?
I do not want... I don't think you would look well as a brunette. Your blue eyes wouldn't fit as well as the blonde. That beautiful gold. That amazing majestic color. Oh man, you know how much of a sucker I've become for her. No, I have to snap out of it. I don't know. I'm fine with everything as it is. Ethan is a fucking bitch. At this point, I wanted to give him a little bit of I wanted to give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt that, okay, you know what, you got lucky about the marriage, but you have taste. Turns out the line, I'm fine with everything as it is, it bugs me incredibly. Ethan, fuck you. Fuck you, man. Actually, at this point, I fucking hate you. As long as you like it, I guess. When you have to say that, you don't say it. And now that you don't have to say that, you say it. You are the most upside down fucker I have ever met. I like the blonde hair. Do not dare. Why did you not allow me to make the choice? Fuck. Well... You know how much worked up I get over her, you know that, right? Do not change a thing. You're beautiful just the way you are. How am I supposed to express that? Brunette. Hearing this shit makes me wanna throw up. Tiny pieces of glass were still scratching him from the inside. No fucking wonder. Make him die right now if possible. Ethan tried to clear his throat, but it didn't get much better. Yeah, actually clearing coffee from the throat is really bad. But why were you thinking about it? Ethan struggled to speak. He felt as if he was falling into a pit and the air was whistling in his ears.
Well, one has to change from time to time.
I do not want you to change. You want to buy a new dress? Go do that. Do you want to have a new haircut? It pains me. It still pains me. But I will allow you to do that. But not a change of color, for the love of God, no. No, 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 no. No, come on.
Variety is good. Isn't that right?
No. It is not. She took another sip.
Besides,
Sip.
I find plenty of dark hair all over the apartment.
What? Wait, what? You think? Oh no, okay. I think, oh my god, okay, it hit me and it hit me too hard. Is this an implication that you think that Ethan is cheating? She really doesn't realize that it's the cat. Or maybe in the next line she will have to confirm it. If she doesn't confirm it, then we are screwed.
Not very long, you know, but not too short either.
She doesn't realize that the cat is a girl. Oh, we're fucked. We're fucked now. No. Oh, Christ. Oh.
About this length?
Oh, no. Even before Hope tapped her neck with the edge of her hair. Wait a minute. Even before Hope tapped her neck with the edge of her hand, Ethan knew where the hand would stop.
And so I thought, if I go brunette, I can believe those hairs are mine.
This hurts, you know. This hurts in many, many different ways. For starters, how can you believe that? Secondly, how can I make you believe anything after this point? Thirdly, we're screwed. Selene really is playing a master game here, and she's winning, alright. Hope's lips stretched and the corners of her mouth turned up. The corner? But she wasn't smiling. This isn't happening. This just can't be happening. He must still be asleep. This is a dream, just a shitty dream, and it will end. Now Ethan desperately wanted morning to come, but morning just couldn't come for the second time in a day. Hope leaned back in her chair and looked at him with her head on one side. A fake smile smoldering on her lips. I told you she was a poker face, goddammit. Something had to be done about it. All of it. Right this moment. Come up with an explanation. Lie. Try to explain truth. Truth, but truth. I would never just lie. This entire time I have been preaching. Oh, I'm lying. No, I'm joking. This entire time I have been preaching about a healthy relationship. Truth. This is not gonna go well, but at the very least I'm trying to, figure out what the fuck is going on. Hey, if you think about it, let's assume that actually a girl is in the apartment, alright? And Ethan is, as a matter of fact, sick because he doesn't remember any engagement with her. Every time he sees her, he's in a hallucination kind of state, almost as if he's drugged. So even if you were to say that this man did something sexual with her, it's not on his consent, like he is a victim. Like he's being frapped right now. When I say frapped, you can read the word inside the word frappe. You get me? This can happen even to men, especially if the woman is a in a metaphorical sense Black Widow. Oh, I try to explain. Look, something strange is going on.
Yeah.
Fuck. Keep going, Ethan. Keep going.
I could tell as much.
Hope, I'm serious. Ethan, just tell her. Just tell her. Do not be bothered by from what she's trying, to imply. You tell her the truth. Something strange is going on, and I have no explanations. Neither good nor bad, none at all.
Oh, really? Actually, I have an idea or two.
Oh, come on. Wait. I'm not saying that yesterday in the store. Ethan stopped short.
Go on.
He took a deep breath and closed his eyes. I'm not saying I didn't stare at that girl. What the fuck are you? Why did you? My friend, you're having nightmares. You're having insomnia. You have hallucinations of people being inside the house, and this is what you told her. This is the diploma, like zero diplomacy, as I said before, from that guy. Instead of telling instead of telling Hope over here that, Hope, I don't really feel like myself these past few days. I've been having insomnia. I have seen people in the house. I'm losing touch with reality. Sometimes I feel like I'm having seizures. No, I didn't stare at that girl. I'm not saying I didn't stare at that girl, man. Okay, she was beautiful. Man, what the fuck is wrong with you, Ethan? Oh my god, this is going really bad. This is going really, really bad. I was not expecting him to say something so fucking stupid. I don't know how this will escalate now. This immediately go off the rails with this line right here. I did, and it's obvious. I was trying to... You're gonna get slapped. She reminds me of someone, and I was trying to figure out if I was mistaken. Okay, so he's trying to shift it a little bit. Okay. She reminds me of someone, and I was trying to figure out if I was mistaken. I know what it looks like, and it's my fault. Ethan decided to omit the part about well-rounded buttocks under the life-flowing fabric. Yeah, why would you say that? Actually, the fact that you mentioned about staring at the girl, it actually makes it more creepy. But anyway, let's assume that that was your stupid way of trying to explain a situation that you are under stress. Not because he wanted to look better, but because he knew it would hurt Hope. And he really didn't want to hurt her. My friend, when other women have... How can I say this? When other women have this natural beauty in the face, in their bodies, in the curves, whatever you want to say, it's a little bit impossible for men to stare because it's within their instinct to do so. But you don't do it in my book. If you do not do it out of actual sexual desire, and you just do it because it's so... how can I say this? Gaze captivating. Like, I mean, if it was for a woman to suddenly walk on topless on the middle of the street, well, you cannot really not see that. You know what I mean? You get me, right? Like, it's impossible for men to not stare because it's within their nature to stare. Sometimes it's not something even they control. It's like their gaze is magnetized to that. But the real question is, did you do it out of actual sexual, desire, or you did it because you just so happened to be there? That is the difference. So this line that over here that you didn't want to hurt Hope might not really be a thing if you didn't actually look at the well-rounded buttocks in a sexual way. Get me? You really need to build a mindset when it comes to, women, relationships, sexual, desires. Please forgive me if you can. I did a shitty thing, but I'm really sorry. He put his hand on the table so that their fingers touched a little. Hope didn't move away. Told you, honestly. Come on. Hope looks like a good woman. She will understand. And probably get you a damn doctor too. Actually, remember that Laura you talked about? Call her. Like, we really need to, have a session. Next time we go shopping, you can stare at everyone you like. That is actually such an unmanly thing to say. I mean, not because someone punched you, you have to tell... Not because you punched someone, you have to tell them, okay, you know what? You can punch me too. Not gonna lie, self-sacrificial kind of. Bold. I'll give you that. But you really need to find a better way from saying something like that. In my opinion, this doesn't cut it. But then again, maybe it could. I'll try my best not to cry. Can't promise anything though. Hope winced, but Ethan knew she was hiding a smile.
Alright then. But keep in mind, I'll pick the hottest ones.
No, not the ones with the abs. Oh, come on. Of course it's gonna be the ones with the abs. I don't stand a chance, do I? She smiled wider and ruffled his hair.
Absolutely.
That's why I told you that this doesn't cut it. If you do get cucked now, it's gonna be all your fucking fault. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I am... Oh my god, I feel a little bit overwhelmed from emotions right now. I really hope she's joking, but then again, this could be a key moment to something really terrible happening in the future. Or at the very least, even if it's not in this game, it's gonna be in this part of, it's gonna be in my mind. Like, the possibility that this relationship will never truly last. It was lucky that it lasted so long. And about the hairs, don't change it, for the life of me. Tell her to not change it. Hope's smile disappeared without a trace. I don't know where they come from. Seriously, there's something wrong here.
Ethan, please. I don't want to.
No, listen, please. I really think that some intruder is getting inside our apartment somehow. Do you believe me? Hope looked at him for a while. Then she shivered.
Damn you, Ethan. Yes.
You see, because that is actually, it's a stepping stone. It's like building a case. Why Ethan would ask her about giving the keys to someone beforehand if, he was having an affair and he was trying to keep it a secret, no? So that means that him telling that there is an intruder is starting to make sense with this black hair being on the fucking house, no? It's at the very least, even if you were to say that this is all some kind of master plan of Ethan actually trying to hide an affair, which it would be fucking 3000 IQ for a man to actually manage to do something like that. No, actually, let me take that back. There are some really smart men out there. It's a 3000 IQ move from Ethan to actually manage to do something like that, because this man is a truly moron. A true moron. It is to be, you know, to be as a, you know, it's meant to be used again as a, you know, benefit of doubt.
I do believe you.
Thank God. There must be a chance. Maybe we will not turn into tomato soup. Wait a minute. Tomato soup. And she said yesterday that she is the psycho of the family. Oh fuck me. Oh fuck me. Oh no. Don't tell me that she's gonna go mad at some point or something. Oh man, I have multiple theories in my mind right now. I'm engaged. I'm gonna lie. This is good. I don't understand how this happens or what they want, but I think it's time to call the police. I'll let them sort it out. It's their job after all.
Maybe you should actually call Laura first. I think it's the time.
You see, she really will help about that doctor we were telling. Yes, call Laura. Is this... Yes, I'll do that as well. Hope pressed his hand.
Let's promise each other we won't go crazy. Okay.
I think I'm already lost. But
I also see things.
You also kissed a girl last night. I mean, you. Oh my God! I don't want to remember that cucking moment.
All sorts of things.
What? What do you see?
I mean, sometimes you find hair, just some damn hairs, and you start questioning everything.
Yeah, I understand that.
We just need to get through these dark times somehow.
You know, virtues do really help keeping the bones strong, even in dark times. Honesty, you know, loyalty. I really want to get the good ending. Oh, if I get a bad ending, oh my God. Okay, oh man.
It'll get better.
Yes, it will. Oh, that thing ended in a nice tone. Thanks, Hope. Ethan nodded. Yeah. Hope pressed his hand again and got up from the table.
Okay, I have to go now.
Are you gonna score those 7 goals I told you about? Yes, 7. Now they are 7. I told you, my friend. Are you gonna score those 7 goals I told you about?
I'll probably be late, and we'll have to hold up at work today.
Should I meet you after?
Maybe.
You should. You really should. And like after such a revelation and such a, dramatic awakening this morning, you really should stay a little bit close to her for a few days. If you catch my drift, like you really have to make your presence a little bit more warming and comfortable around her.
I'll call you later, I guess.
No. It's gonna be Ethan, the one who's gonna be calling you. Hope, I'll be calling you. I love you.
I love you too. Very much. Don't forget to call Laura.
We really need to call Laura now, don't we? Ethan nodded absently. When the door shut behind Hope, Ethan called Laura. Hope found Laura a long time ago. Seemed like Laura helped her a lot. At least that's what Hope herself said. Ethan didn't know any details nor wanted to, since Hope hadn't told him. You really need to also open up a little bit on that. How can you be married and not know how, what your wife has been through? For someone to actually get married and not know an important part of his loved one's life feels like this guy really just skipped class after class after class. Like, the guy he got married to a woman he doesn't fucking know. After all, psychotherapy is a very personal matter. Psychotherapy is important to be shared because burden can be lifted better when it's lifted by many. Especially when you are fucking married to that person who had at some point a psychological, issue. Personal matter. Fuck me. There are no personal matters when there is family. The family is the personal matter. You hear me? There is no hiding. There is no, there is no, that is his own thing. No, there is no such thing as his own thing. It's a family thing. That is the personal matter. So he should know. Man, I told you Ethan is a fucking moron. I have grown to hate him more and more and more and more. So personal that Ethan felt as if he were standing naked in the middle of a busy street when he had described what was happening to him. Apparently, one can get used to this too, as by the middle of the story, he was sparing no details. To Ethan's surprise, when he mentioned the disturbing emails from his contact that were kind of getting on his nerves, Laura perked up. You're saying you have recently become quite close to your acquaintance? You empathize and try to help him, right? Well, yes. Something like that. And your contact's letters contained vivid, disturbing imagery, yes? Imagery that evoked a certain response from you, is that it? You could say that. He is a writer, after all. Vivid images are his livelihood. Oh, wow. Do you know what induced delusional disorder is, Mr. Harrison? Do you know what induced delusional disorder is, Mr. Harrison? Ethan tried to recall. He definitely read about it, but I didn't look into much detail. Is that the thing that explains mass insanity? Like that dancing plague of 1518 in Strasbourg? That's right. This disorder is also called folie à deux, or madness of two. Sounds romantic, doesn't it? Laura giggled. Ethan thought she herself was not all too sane. Of course she wasn't. She has to deal with the guys like me all the time. But Laura had already returned to her usual tone, calm and measured. This cognition causes perfectly healthy people to experience various, let's say, negative effects. It works like this. We have a source of delirium, and those who perceive it, one or more people, as you correctly noted, sometimes this disorder can take on a truly massive scale. There is usually an emotional connection between the victims of this condition. Your wife is also at risk, unfortunately. Oh no, she is gonna go psychopath and she is gonna dye her hair black. She's the vessel of Selene. That's what it meant by vessels. That's another theory of mine, by the way. One of those theories might hit the spot. There's usually an emotional connection between the victims of the emotional connection, huh? That's why honesty is important. You need to keep yourself, sane with the virtues of of holiness, I guess. Laura paused. I can't make a diagnosis in such a format, Mr. Harrison. However, I think you need to limit contact with your acquaintance, at least for the time being. He might be the source of the unpleasant state you are experiencing. Would you like to make an appointment for a consultation? Maybe he should make an appointment. Ethan politely declined. Remember when I said that this man is a moron? Honestly, at this point, I want to find a worse word for him, but being so vulgar is not my thing much. Actually, vulgar for targeting someone specifically, it's not my thing. So I will just say that he is a moron again. Laura listened to the rest of what he had to say. She asked what pills Ethan was taking. Ethan wasn't taking any except aspirin, because he had lots of headaches lately. She advised him to reduce the workload, follow the daily routine, and take light sedatives if necessary. Something herbal, maybe. Without meeting in person, there wasn't much Laura could offer, and Ethan had no energy, time, or money to start the full-on therapy, as Hope called it. Time and energy can be found if you really want something. But money, money is another matter. If this so-called therapy is very expensive, I can understand why he declined. Ethan thanked Laura with all his heart, finished the call, stretched, and took a deep breath that made his ribs ache. Now, remember about that one break I told you about, that I want to go grab a glass of juice? Yeah, I'm gonna do just that. Give me one second, alright? I will not be too late. Just 1 minute, give me 1 minute. So, back to it. Let's see. Then he smiled. Though no full therapy was involved, this conversation still made Ethan feel much better. The reality made sense again, and nothing out of the ordinary was happening. Nothing he couldn't handle. He stretched again and was about to go for another cup of coffee when his breath, the steady, deep breath of a man who is in control, caught in his throat. Ethan felt the small hairs on his neck standing up. Someone was looking at the back of his head. Ethan turned around slowly. Oh no. I'm calling the police. Ethan spoke each word loud and clear. It was a decent plan. An actually decent one, and is an actually decent one, and it certainly wasn't funny in any way. And yet, the girl sitting on the window sill was silently laughing, covering white teeth with her hand. You, the girl from the supermarket, the girl from the dream. Finally, we meet. I'll show you what a made man can do. I'll kick your ass. She was still a man. We really have to throw that cat out of the fucking house. She was still wearing a light white dress, even though in the morning the temperature dropped to 53 degrees Fahrenheit and it was going to rain. I do not know what the fuck is, in Fahrenheit. 53 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Oh, 11 degrees Celsius. Okay then. 11 degrees, it's not that cold. It is chilly, but not too cold. One of the straps fell down to the side, but the girl was in no hurry to put it back. She swung her crossed legs a little, looking at Ethan from under her brow, with a smile of a child who had a hilarious mischief in mind. Did I say something funny? The girl quickly raised her eyes and shrugged slightly, still holding back the smile. Just as before, she did not make a sound. Ethan even assumed she could be mute, but decided to make one last attempt. Just one question, and then he calls the cops. Just one question. Oh, fuck me. Just one question, that's all I get? Can I save? Save, please. Thank you. How did you get in here? Who are you? How did you get in here sounds like a good question because you can learn how she got through the door, no? But who are you is really the true mystery here because we really want to know how the fuck, what the fuck, you know? She will say probably from the window, or she will probably say from the door or something. Who are you? The girl's eyes became round, and her face turned into a surprised grimace. Overly surprised. Ethan immediately remembered the time when he and Hope came across a couple of street mimes. She poked her thin finger into her chest, which made her tense nipples show up for a second under the thin fabric of her dress. Why do you give me this description, motherfucker? Right now you're having a person which you have no fucking idea who is. And you're just trying to make a sexual, comment about it.
Me?
Finally, the image became clear.
I am what you are looking for.
What are you talking about? She spoke slowly, stretching out her vowels and with some kind of delight. A moment later, the girl reached for something behind her back, quickly pulled it to her lips and took a sip. Ethan's throat became tied with blood that abruptly rushed to his head. How did you get this? The girl traced Ethan's gesture with a The girl traced Ethan's gesture with a genuinely surprised look, and the next moment she parted her fingers. What? What's it? What? Hope's huge, colorful cup, the one they just got at the store, tinkled hurtfully as it struck the floor, and then shattered to pieces. Just like that, there was a brief moment where the cup was lying peacefully on the floor. Ethan got enough time to hope it would endure the fall. And then the fragments burst everywhere at once, as the furious white light broke out from the inside. But no, that was milk. Just some milk.
You shouldn't have spooked me, you know.
What?
Now look at what you've done. The poor cup is so broken.
Is the cup representing hope? Oh no. Perhaps Laura has to give some advice to Hope as well.
So many eeny, meeny, tiny pieces.
We have a saying in Greece. In Greece, we have the quote, "Ute gata, ute zemia." Gata in Greek means cat. It's, cat, kata, gata. You can think of it that way. Zemia, it's damage in Greek, right? The saying goes, no cat, no damage. It's basically a saying for when things have turned out well and no mistakes were made, Because it is known very damn well that cats always do something that that basically creates a problem. Troublemakers. That's exactly what cats are. So, no cat, no trouble. It's actually a very fitting thing for this moment right here. I wish we had no cat and no troubles. But apparently we have both.
There's no way to mend it at all.
We'll find a way. There's always a way. Ethan was suffocating. What the hell are you doing here? What do you want from me? The girl bit her lip and twisted the fallen shoulder strap between fingers. The top of the dress slid, the top of the dress slid even lower.
Do you want me to leave?
Yes.
But I may run into Hope.
What?
Right at the door, Ethan.
What?
She forgot her pass and will be here any minute.
How do you know that? What? How do you know she forgot the pass? What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
What would the poor girl think?
Oh my god, you are really playing a very master crafted game. Oh man, we're so fucked. Oh, we're so fucked. The girl looked over her shoulder and her face instantly lit up.
Oh. It's her. Here she is. Hope is simply amazing. Accurate to a minute.
How did you know she will come back? How did you... Why are you doing all this?
Hello?
Man, fuck this cat. The girl turned over on her stomach, leaned on the shield, and waved vigorously to someone invisible. Her dress completely slid down. That bitch. Ethan would bet her tits are flashing right through the window. Oh man, shit. Ay. This is getting fucking bad. Okay, drag her away from the window. Don't come any closer. Shit. What's the right choice here? But if she's just a hallucination, I shouldn't go any closer, no? Don't come any closer. Drag her away from the window. Dragging her away from the window doesn't seem like I'm trying to hide her, you know? But I don't know why, but dragging her away from the window feels like the right choice. But I'm not actually agreeing with it. Christ, almighty Christ. I really do not know. This choice is very difficult for one. What don't come any closer means? Don't come any closer to me. I'm not to Ethan. Ethan is not supposed to go any closer. Drag her away from me. Man, this choice, I don't know why, but I'm frozen right now. I really wonder and wonder and wonder. Drag her away from the window. Don't come any closer. Ethan couldn't see it, but he knew. He felt that Hope was really standing down there. And she was looking at the window, of course. Although she couldn't see much anymore, as a blurry veil covered her eyes. The girl slowly turned around and stared at him with her eyes wide open, without blinking. Her shoulders shook as if she was going to cry. But she was laughing. At first, it was a couple of stifled laughs. Then, it became a laughter of someone who's just heard a great joke and gradually turned into a wild barking screams. He has to stop it. Right now. Ethan wanted to rush to the window but took just one step and froze in place. The girl must be out of her mind. She's stoned, or worse. She might have a syringe and he doesn't want any more problems. He only wants this thing removed from his window sill, welded in a steel box and dumped somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic. He still had his phone in his hand. Fucking 911. What's the address of your emergency? The bitch shrank, hunched, but kept crackling like a pack of coyotes. Yelping on a moonlight night. She was writhing with laughter, and the pale rags of dry, flabby skin were shaking in the rhythm of her movements. Her dress looking like a death shroud. He suddenly thought she was much older than he thought it. He suddenly thought she was much older than he thought at first. What is going on? Said the operator. Ethan looked at her for the last time, a mixture of hate and disgust in his eyes, and turned away, running his fingers through his hair. There is a stranger in my apartment. A woman, most likely, on drugs or just insane. Can you see her right now? Ethan could see only the wall in front of him, but he heard a deafening howl. It was echoing throughout his skull, beating into his temporal bones like a desperate bird. Ethan clenched his teeth. Yes. Does she have a weapon? Maybe. She threatened me. Can you leave the apartment? No. This scum can escape and I don't want her to get... Ethan hesitated. I can't hear you, sir. What's happening? Speak up, I can't hear you. What is happening? The terrifying laughter kept echoing in Ethan's ears. There was no one behind him. He approached the window slowly, as if it was happening in a dream. The shards of Hope's cup crouched under his feet. Just like before, the window was closed. Ethan opened it and carefully looked down. He did not see the body. Too good to be true, but he had to check. Only the grey pavement, which gradually turned black as it actually started raining. Ethan looked across the street, just in time to notice the familiar cream-colored coat disappearing behind the corner of the nearby house. The cream-colored Hope? Hope? He screamed out so loud that something snapped in his throat, but she didn't hear him. Or maybe she didn't want to hear. I made a bad choice. Ethan called her at least 100 times. Hope didn't answer. Ethan thought he could come to her office, but eventually decided it would only make things worse. The police were in his apartment 23 minutes, 40 seconds later. They didn't find any signs of forced entry, and the call record, as Ethan found out later, had nothing that resembled laughter or howling. Fuck, no extraneous sound, as the officer said. There is no laughter and no... So it was a hallucination. If there is no recording in the fucking phone, then that means that it was a hallucination. So how Hope saw her? It was a hallucination, no? Hope returned sometime between late at night and early in the morning. The skin on her cheekbones was taut and almost transparent, and there were deep shadows under her eyes, as if she hadn't slept in a long time. She smelled of strong alcohol. No, oh man, I made a bad choice. I had to pull that bitch out of the fucking window. I didn't realize. I thought she was probably... I believe that she probably did have a syringe or a weapon with her, and that would make things way worse. It was going to be an instant death kind of thing, you know? That's why I didn't want Ethan to approach her. Ethan went out of the dark room to her. He didn't sleep. I didn't turn on the light either. Things that lurked in the dark, real or imagined, no longer frightened him. He even wished that something he had been dreading for the past month, he finally could name the feeling he had, would come out of the greasy blackness of the shadows and snap his neck. But everything in the apartment was mockingly calm, except for Ethan himself. Hope stared at him in silence, swaying a little. Instead of pupils, she had dark holes. I've been thinking a lot about what I would say to you if you come back. If you came back. What can I say? What I can say? Hope's face showed no emotion. It seemed like she didn't even blink. Anyway, I realized that I can only tell the truth, no matter how crazy it sounds. If I try to cheat, it only gets worse, right? Ethan gave a short, nervous laugh. Anyway, Ethan had plenty of time to think about what he was going to say, but he still didn't know where to start. Some time ago, I don't remember exactly, I started seeing a girl.
Who is she, Ethan?
I do not know.
Is it Sophie?
No. Who?
Sophie Wolf.
Who is Sophie Wolf?
Your student from that online course.
What? Hope made a vague gesture with her hand. Movies from the late Victorian era. Ethan didn't know why he said that, but Hope obediently repeated it in a flat voice.
I remember you were impressed with her.
What?
You always liked smart girls. And this one was also beautiful.
Hope, this isn't what you think.
Think. Who says I think?
What?
Thinking's too painful.
Wait, hold on. Ethan disappeared into the room and came back a few minutes later. The darkness of the hallway was diluted by the light of the screen. Hope covered her eyes with her hand, either from the brightness of the screen itself, or because she didn't want to see whatever there was.
What is it all about?
Here, look. It's Sophie Wolf. On the screen, in fact, was the profile of Sophie Wolf, his student. On the photo, Sophie was squinting, either from the bright sun or because her curly red hair was getting in her eyes. A small brown-haired girl snuggled up to her with a shy smile. They're a nice couple. If I remember right, they had a wedding this year.
Then, who is...
I don't know. Called it. I don't care. I just want her out of my life. But this bitch keeps following me. Well, she used to follow. But now I don't think I'll ever see her again.
Is it good or bad?
Hope, please. If you want to leave, I'll understand. But if you're willing to give me a chance, I promise I'll do my best to mend it all. He couldn't really promise, but he was too eager for the nightmare, real or imagined, to finally end. No more weird stories. Please, Hope. I don't need anyone but you. If you can give... He couldn't finish because Hope kissed him. Her bag hit the floor with a thud. The rest of the night actually went fine. Victory! This battle was won! Oh, fuck me. Oh, man, I was at the edge of my seat this entire fucking time. Let's fucking do this. Let's go. Oh, man. Oh, Christ. I really thought I made a bad choice with that, don't push her out of the window kind of bullshit. But I knew it was something wrong. Perhaps because because Laura said that it was actually a psychological thing that goes through loved ones. So that means that she also saw the disturbing images because she was also paranoid. But the cops didn't find anything because it was all insanity. There was nothing there. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Let's assume that this is what it's about so far. Well, even more than that, except for the fact that they were too busy to get any sleep. Yeah, too busy because my guy finally scored them 7 goals. Yeah, sure. Oh, fuck me! At least everything was going okay until the moment when, instead of Hope's face, just for a moment Ethan saw. He couldn't tell her. He mumbled something about not feeling well and collapsed on his back, panting. He closed his eyes so that Hope wouldn't accidentally catch a glimpse of what he saw. Nothing happened. It wasn't real. It's fine. She understands, said Hope. What the fuck was that? Turns out the battle was not won. Wait a minute. He didn't score 7 goals either. Something changed. What did it change? No, wait a minute. Fuck. There we go. TV program. Okay. Nice face. I remember her face. What? That's all? I remember her face? What the fuck? Where is Thibault? Let's look for him together. Maybe he's up the tree chasing the birds. No, I can't see him. Maybe he's in the reeds watching the fish. No, let's look some more people. Yeah, let's look some more. Fuck me, I'm having a seizure again. Oh, there he is. He's been murdered by the side of the road. Maybe he's on the roadside under the blue plastic bag. He's not there. 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 Yeah, sure. All right. Oh, the conditions of love. Oh, what have you done? I wanted to save you. I wanted to save us both. You fool. That's right. But I just can't lose you. It is too late. It's never too late as long as we have each other. Oh, Elijah. The conditions of love. Okay, I do not get why I didn't get this first one. I perhaps missed something, but getting all the other ones probably means that I have learning the fun way, explore the mysteries unsolved, melodrama, conditions of love. I really do not get what these scenes are all about. Blah 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 blah. And there is also the second one. Blah 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 blah. I slaughtered someone and I did it because I wanted to save you. Oh, whoa! There is on the second page rerun. What is rerun? Oh, the beautiful face. I remember her face. That's all, huh? Okay. So I got the midnight. Wait a minute. Ah, okay. I thought I got a scene from the 69 page. Wait a minute. 69 page is only for adults, no? So that means that it's sexual content. That means that I will probably get banned. Okay, something changed. Oh, not again. May 3rd. May? How did we get to May? Oh man, long time passed. Mom is acting funny and smells funny too. She says she loves me all the time, but I'm a little bit stinky when she's like that. January 11th. The new school is okay. I wish I could make friends with someone though. Mom is working late again. It's fine. I've lived in a very heavy box when we moved in. Mom couldn't pick it up herself. I'm a big boy now, and big boys aren't afraid of anything. I'll just turn on the lights and watch TV with Timo and my friends. Only the cool stuff with animals or robots or aliens, but not the creepy kind. Simple text, but wait a minute. Fuck me. What is this? Oh. Okay, so. Hope kissed him. Well, even more than that, except for the fact that he were to asleep. At least everything was going okay until the moment when, instead of Hope's face, just for a moment, Ethan saw he couldn't tell her. He mumbled something about not feeling well and collapsed on his back, panting. He closed his eyes so that Hope wouldn't accidentally catch a glimpse of what he saw. Nothing happened. It wasn't real. It's fine, she understands, said Hope. Ethan sat in front of his laptop, staring at the monitor. A simple task, but Ethan hesitated. It was hard for him to get used to the idea of one of these pop-eyed creatures walking around their apartment. During the day, it will nap where it pleases, and at night sneak into the kitchen to play with the shadows that move by themselves. And its eyes will turn into two saucers or black and green nacre if the light reaches them. Ancient people believe cats could walk between worlds and see spirits. Wait a minute. I just realized something. These 3 lines right now that got censored. Someone is changing the script. I know because I got a glimpse after seeing this text. Ethan sat in front of the laptop staring at the monitor. The right next one said something about Persia. I do not know what it said. I do not remember, the whole sentence. But I remember the word Persia Why? Because it stuck with me. It's obvious because, you know, Spartans and Persians. But there is no letter that says Persia anywhere in these lines. Now, the script really changes. Fuck me. Ancient people believe cats would walk between worlds and see spirits. Yeah, that's why they were guardians of death, actually. Looking at Persians! There it is. Looking at Persians, Ethan hardly believed they could even breathe on their own. And yet, in this Ethan Harrison from the 21st century agreed with the ancient people. In this Ethan Harrison from the 21st century agreed with the ancient people. There was something sinister about them. In any case, he should call the cattery, for Hope's sake. For the sake of them both, since he had made the decision. Ethan had already picked up the phone and was about to proceed with the plan when he heard the key turn in the entrance door. Something about that wound him up. It was barely 5 o'clock in the evening, which was, in any way, very early for Hope to be back. If everything was fine, that is. Ethan closed his laptop and went out into the hallway. For a long time, he couldn't say a single word, and when he could speak again, he only managed one question. "What have you done?" Hope's smile faded, and for the first time in the 4.5 or even 5 years, they've been a couple. Oh, so they have been a couple for 5 years, alright. Ethan was glad of it. No! No, 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 no! Man, I wanna scream right now, but I have guests at home. Fuck me. Man, fuck! God damn it. No, 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 no. God damn fucking shit! No, fuck this shit. Man, I cannot read. Oh my. And he was glad about it? Wait a fucking second there. Oh, wait a minute. Hope's smile faded, and for the first time in 4.5 or even 5 years they'd been a couple, Ethan was glad of it. Wait a minute, where's the other context? Hope's lips turned white, trembling.
This didn't help, did it? Any of it?
Why is the script changing? It said something else before. Wait a minute, I'm going insane. I have to, wait a minute. Am I allowed to go back and not change anything, just fast forward a little bit from that moment because I want to read the other thing. Yeah, at this point I don't fucking care. Yes. I didn't want to save, I wanted to fucking load. Okay, we take the long road then. Who are you? Blah 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 blah. Yes, I do not care. I do not care. Shut it. Shut it. Shh. I do not want to hear anything. I want to just know what the fuck is going on because that moment with the hair, that really pissed me the fuck off. Shut it. Shut it. I do. Oh no 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 no! You will not give me that shit. Shut the fuck up. All right. Blah 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 blah. We're just grazing through it right now. Let's fucking go.
Is it?
This piano is very nice.
And
God damn it! She got drunk and sad, and she stained her fucking hair. Oh, no, man, my heart cannot take this shit. No, why black? No. If it was from black to blonde, I will be okay. Do not give me that face because I said it will be okay. Shut it. Shut it. Shh, shh, shh. Wait a minute. Went out in the hallway. For a very long time, he couldn't say a single word, and when he could speak again, he only managed one question. What have you done? Hope's smile faded, and for the first time in 4.5 years they have been a couple, Ethan was glad of it. In fact, there was nothing surprising about it. You see, this line was taken from me when I opened up the fucking thing. In fact, there was nothing surprising about it. As with a new haircut and a new hair color, Hope looked unbearably, insanely similar to the creature at the window. She is turning to Selene. She's also going insane. Why? Why? Hope's lips turned white, trembling. Okay, so I just realized every time I open this fucking laptop thing, it steals lines from me. I had to check it. I had to check it out this time. I was sure of it, but now I am 100% certain of it because I could not read that one line that we just read. Why did you change your hair color? Why? And you also cut it, like 2 in 1. Not only you became brunette, you also turned it black. Hope's lips turned white, trembling.
This didn't help, did it? Any of it?
Settings. Let me say one thing on the settings. Sound. The voice volume and the master volume is at max, so yeah. Okay.
You can't love me even now, right?
I love you just the way you are. Why do you say that? Jesus Christ. What are you talking about? She is going insane.
Isn't it obvious? I see how you look at me.
How what?
You're disgusted.
What?
You try your best to touch me as little as possible.
Remember when I said about those 7 goals? I'll max it out to 10. No. Fucking Ethan has to go to work tonight. Like when I say to work, like not fucking sleep at all. You have the night shift, my friend. When I say the night shift, the hard one. The hardest, actually. You try your best to touch me as little.
And no matter what I do, no matter what I try, it doesn't help.
What the fuck?
Admit it. You never loved her.
No. Turns out I probably made a bad choice.
You didn't, right, Ethan?
What are you talking about?
She was convenient, and that's about it.
You're talking about the lucky. No. Just because it was Ethan the one who was lucky, it wasn't Hope the one who was lucky. She wasn't convenient. She was perfect.
Shit makes the flowers grow.
Shit makes the flowers grow. What are you talking about?
Your flowers grew so much, didn't they, Ethan? Didn't they?
Ethan would never hit his wife. More than that, he would never hit a woman, but what spoke to him was neither his wife nor a woman. It was a nightmare incarnate that bared its long, sharp teeth and came to take away his right for a second chance. Or so Ethan thought at the time. The punch turned out somewhat pathetic. Turns out the guy is not only a moron, he is also weak. But you have to take into account that wife beating is not a fairground attraction. When you hit your wife properly, a mark does not fly up to the highlighted sign, a good one. Although this was only indirectly related to the early Renaissance, Ethan had expertise in the matter, since his old man's fist used to itch often. If there was something like that, he would know. However, if any sign could light up at the moment, it would say something like, "You're a scum, Ethan." No! He kept repeating that even after Hope stormed out the door in tears. Shit. Ethan barely remembered the following few days. Something seemed to be happening. Some people called him. He himself called a lot. He called Hope. Hope wasn't answering the phone. He knew this would happen. Every time he dialed her phone, he knew he'll end up listening to the voicemail signal. It became something of a ritual. He would wake up. Sometimes it was light outside, sometimes dark. But more often, it was something grey. He neither could nor would want to identify it because of the drawn curtains. He'd call Hope. Hope wouldn't answer the phone. He would go to the kitchen and turn the water on. He'd watch the silvery, twisted stream break against the sink for a while. Eventually, he'd put a cup under the stream, fill it to the brim, drink, go to the bathroom, back to the couch. It's too bad to be true. All of this can't be real. Remember that course, with Laura? Wanna go take it now? Perhaps the price is not that big now, huh? Life can crumble into pieces in an instant. Just collapse inwards, like a wooden block tower. Ethan couldn't remember the name of that game. It's Jenga. Something that you and your wife never fucking played. You really need to play Jenga or football. I don't care. Just play something. The next time you see your wife in her underwear, you tell her, perfect time to play some Jenga, huh? That's exactly what you have to that's exactly what you have to tell her. Once he and Hope went to sea, it's too bad. All of this can't be real. He didn't do anything. Could it be that he didn't do anything? No. He hit Hope. He hit her, and a red blood spread across her cheek. It was too dark to see, but Ethan knew how it goes. How could he do that? What happens now? What can happen now? The thoughts were like a bunch of needles he tried to swallow over and over. Sometimes he managed to briefly forget about them. It would happen when he woke up in the grey timelessness, looked at the dirty white ceiling, and didn't remember who that Ethan Harrison was. But the pain would always come back. He had a bunch of needles in his throat, and no matter how much water he drank, he couldn't get rid of it. Hope's father shook him up a bit. Not in a sense he could have done it. Grabbing a hold of him, lifting off the ground. Hope's father was a tough man, and despite his age, he could have hit Ethan hard. Ethan was afraid of it, and at the same time, he wanted it to happen. That would have made everything easier. Maybe even mixed it all. Ethan was going over it in his head, and he stared at the phone screen, displaying a familiar number. He was awfully scared, yet he answered. It turned out Hope had asked her father to pack up for her. Mr. Mirlis's voice was flat, maybe even a bit uncertain. And worst of all, he wasn't angry. This plunged Ethan into despair. He couldn't get his redemption like this. However, the upcoming visit forced Ethan to gain his senses. It shoved him back into reality like a stream of people pushing one into a crowded subway train. He tidied up the place a bit. He shaved. He figured out what to say. Several times he rehearsed his piece in front of the mirror. And just before Mr. Mirlis arrived, Ethan left the keys with the neighbors. Simply put, he fled. Of course, he warned Mr. Mirlis beforehand. He warned Mr. Mirlis beforehand with a message because he didn't have the heart to call. Ethan wanted Mr. Mirlis to pick up what he had to and get out as soon as possible. Mr. Mirlis wasn't going to help, that's for sure. He wasn't going to help, which meant he simply got between Ethan and his wife. Ethan was angry with Mr. Mirlis like he was the source of all the trouble. Anger was boiling up inside him, mixing up with cheap coffee and turning into caustic acid. There was nothing rational about his feeling. Ethan had plenty of time to think about it, to weigh it, to examine it under a magnifying glass. Man, this is a despairful situation. When I say despairful, I mean fuck me, I feel like I really made a horrible choice. He was sitting in a small cafe on the corner of the street until the streets got dark. He would have stayed there even longer if a waiter hadn't come to his table to tell the place was closing. Ethan nodded absently and asked for a moment to use the bathroom. Again, there was nothing rational about being angry at Mr. Mirlis. And to be honest, it was pathetic. Just like hitting your wife and then running away not to face her father. You're a scum, Ethan. Worthless scum. Ethan turned off the tap and stared at his reflection in a large mirror. A few drops of water trembled on the tip of his nose and chin. Now, that was a proper punch. Sir, I'm sorry, but sir? Are you okay? You have, blood oozed from his split lip. Ethan wiped it with the back of his hand. Yes. Yes, I'm fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you. He smiled. The fresh wound got swollen with blood again. A red blood spread across his face just as it should. Something changed. Ethan didn't lie to the waiter. He really was fine. Maybe not in the same manner as before, but the gears in his head were starting to move again. Wait a minute. We just lost this entry before, but fuck it. What can we do? The secrets of anatomy. Example 1. Example 2. Example 3. It all looks like tomatoes. Example 4. A ripe specimen. Oh, beautiful. A screaming man is hiding here. Ductus nacrycamolis. A screaming man, huh? Ooh, nice. A second show. Happy Dreamyland. Mary is a lamp. Johnny is a tree. And who is a little liar? Hajilai. Hygila. What the fuck? Hygila. What the L-A? What? Al. Wait. That was a name. Alijah. Alijah? Why is the last letter a capital letter? Is it backwards? Wait a minute, let me write that down. Alijah. Alijah. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Google. What is Alijah? Computer, bad computer. What is Alijah? What does the name Alijah mean? Meaning and origin. What does the name Alijah mean? Keep reading. Find the user sometimes mean. Filipinas. Okay, what? A is for unveiling a truly pure heart. R is for look, that may you look at life. E is for infinite, at your possibilities. E is for endear to those you touch. All those you touch. J is for joy that you always bring. A is for animated. Let your energetic spirit shine. H is for hard, that you always give. I don't get it. I really do not get it. Ali Hedgehog. I don't find anything. It sounds a very unique name. I'll give it that. Oh shit. Every time it feels like he's actually about to think clearly, and clearly he does not think. And we're still missing a lot of damn entries. But what can you do? What is the tomato soup? Wait a minute. A loud poured across his face just as it should. Ethan didn't lie to the waiter. He was really fine. You see? It has stolen from me a couple of lines again. When he got home, Mr. Mills had already left. Turned out that he didn't even take the keys from the neighbors. At first, Ethan assumed Mr. Mills could cancel the visit, but as soon as he opened the door, his doubts disappeared. A strong, unfamiliar scent was filling the hallway. It could be Mr. Mills' cologne, or maybe the smell of the apartment itself, with Hope's presence faded away. Mr. Mills must have taken his daughter's keys. Somehow the possibility never crossed Ethan's mind before. He drew the air in through his nostrils and suddenly felt as sharp and clear as in that dream he had days ago. Something was going to happen. Ethan looked around the empty dark room and reached for the phone. Was it to perform the ritual, or was he hoping something would go different this time? Short beeps. Beep 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 beep. Ethan thought it was safe to say something was already happening. He only had to figure what, and where, and when, and why. Something had changed in the picture, and it's not that Hope's favorite plush is missing from the closet. If you find the differences, you win. What? This is an actual mini game right now? What are you talking about? If you find the difference, you will know where the gears are taking you. Difference? The hallway. The hell away. Oh my god, she's there. Pot-built bowls on the dresser full of gibberish and dust. Kitchen. A shadow. Shadows, actually. There is something wrong in the kitchen. What do you mean that difference is? What is different in the kitchen? I cannot see anything weird. Other than the shadows, I do not see anyone outside the window. I do not see any spider on the ceiling. I don't see anything in the corners. Below the table? I don't see anyone below the table. No, the pictures on the wall seem off. Oh, that's the difference. Now I see it. An uneven row of glass jars on shelf. An empty coffee maker bearing dried blackness at the bottom. Spoons, forks and knives, some of them really sharp. The bathroom. A mirror on the wall. And a mirror on the wall, and in the reflection the closed door is open. No, not here. What about... Ethan licked his split lip. Yes, that's it. He has to check his email now. These surreal fucking paintings really creep me the fuck out. Why would someone have these on their home? Ethan was looking carefully. Seemed like a lot of time had passed. His mailbox was full of various mails, but Ethan barely glanced at the names. He was looking for something special, and what was special about, say, letters from the agency that were gradually becoming more and more concerned? At some point, concern turned into cold and aggressive. Ethan idly skimmed through the notice of contract termination. Not what he was looking for. He started with the oldest emails and scanned the list all the way to the top. Nothing. Maybe he's looking in the wrong place. Maybe there's just nothing to look for. No, something is happening. He only has to figure what and where. Ethan got so close to the accurate answer to those questions that the light of new knowledge could have burned out his eyes. At the top of the list was an untitled letter. Maybe Ethan missed it the first time, or maybe it just wasn't there before. The sender was the same writer Ethan had volunteered to help, completely free of charge. Ethan's lungs turned into a deflated pool ball. He clicked on the name of the letter without a name. Of course, the letter actually had a name. Mail client, carefully add untitled to the empty line, just in case you're losing it when you type your email, because something got out of the open door in the bathroom mirror. The poor guy begged Ethan to come. The email said he couldn't sleep. He was scared, exhausted, and didn't know who else to ask. Something will get him very soon, if he won't figure anything out. He didn't know if it was related to the work he was doing. He didn't know how to drive away what had settled in his house. He only knew that something enormously hungry was looking at him from the darkness. You know what I mean, right? Ethan knew. By the time he finished reading the letter, Ethan already knew what he should do. Don't interfere. Answer the call. Well, wait a minute. Oh, there are a lot of. Oh hell yeah! So we don't have only 6. We have more than 6. Okay, nice. Answer the call. The acquaintance didn't know if it all had any relation to the work he was doing. But what about Ethan's work? Could his research shed light on what lay dormant in the dark and awaken it? Was it Ethan's avid curiosity or the question that teased his appetite? Which one was cursed, the chicken or the egg? Ethan was hungry. Ethan was angry as hell. He wanted to end it, all of it, once and for all. He wanted to face his fear, even if the fear was no longer his own. Even if it was crawling through the wires and climbing a communication towers to breathe out its noxious spores into the air. The eyes. Ethan was angry, but also terrified. What he wanted to think was a delusion took root and grew stronger as he tried to deceive himself. It was as incorporeal as the email in his mailbox, yet at the same time as real. Ethan wanted to face the fear so that it could take shape and a name, a box in which the fear could fit. Maybe then he could have dealt with it. Selene. That is my enemy, the fucking moon! That's why when Ethan got behind the wheel of his old sedan, he wasn't doing it for the writer who was tormented by shadows. He was doing it for himself. In the email, the acquaintance described in detail how to find his house and how to get inside. Too much detail, as if he had already resigned to his fate. Something would get to him very soon and he won't figure anything out. This is just a notice, Mr. Harrison. A notice of life termination. This happens when you look into the abyss for too long. But looking isn't enough, is it? Keep your eyes on the fucking road, huh? You shine the sunlight into it, throw stones and whistle frantically. Like a vandal who managed to get into an abandoned house. You're excited and terrified, and then only terror remains as you realize the door has slammed shut behind you and the handle won't budge. This thought made Ethan speed up, and then just as abruptly to hit the brakes. The wheels let out a short, hysterical shriek. The car swerved and stopped on the side of the road. The blood was pounding in his ears. Ethan's breath came in short gasps, his eyes searching blindly in the dark. After calming down a little, Ethan pretended who was he trying to fool? The night road was empty. He was examining his navigator, but there was but one thought in his head. What the fuck is that? What is he doing? What the hell is he doing? What the hell is he doing? Seems like he asked it aloud. There was no one to answer. It's not too late to turn back. Turn the car around, go back to the city, to the apartment. Lie down on the sofa and sleep until the morning comes. In the morning he will call Hope again and... The thought was cut short. Actually, it didn't lead anywhere from the very beginning. A dead end. The truth was, he had no place or reason to go back. He wanted to go back to the past, and that task was beyond him or his old Toyota. Toyota. Sponsored stream right here. In the present, he had nothing left but the granite grey road ahead and the decision to go. If he hurried, he might still be able to help. If he hurried, he might still be able to help. The car slowly took off. The rest of the way, and there wasn't much left, Ethan was thinking about his acquaintance. Or were they friends? Probably. You don't take acquaintances for a journey to the bottom of the abyss, do you? Ethan was thinking about his friend, how long he'd be awake in particular. It had been, Ethan glanced at the phone in the open glove box, quite a long time. A month or so, judging by the emails. How long can a person stay awake? The question followed his car silently. Ethan drove into the suburbs and turned the car around in the beauty road. the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Road sign at the bend of the road seemed as white as an old bone. Ethan turned around Sycamore Street. The lawn in front of the house 8 was overgrown with tall grass. So tall as if it hadn't been touched for... How long can a person stay awake? Ethan thought it was probably the rainy weather. He didn't remember much of the past week, but he was pretty sure about the rain. Even now the ground was still damp and springy underfoot. Yes, it must be the rain. Humidity makes grass grow faster. When he got out of the car, a shadow detached from the trees near the house. Ethan stiffened, then eased a moment later. The figure quickly walked away along the narrow concrete path. Just passing by. Ethan watched him go. The concrete beneath his boots gave way to gravel. Ethan walked past a sprawling hemlock covered with rosettes of small white flowers. The bush reached out the mid-thigh. All the windows were dim, no lights anywhere. The house stood a little way off, dark, quiet, and still at the night itself. Almost like the house was slumbering along with its host. For a moment, Ethan felt stupid and was about to turn back to the car, but he stayed after all. He was invited. Not that. He was called for help. Maybe he and his friend got a little too stressed, and that's all. Induced delusional disorder in all its glory. Maybe Ethan was desperate to be needed, or he jumped at the chance to be someone's savior. Perhaps his unfortunate friend had finally fallen asleep and disturbed him was a bad decision overall. Okay, excuse me. Well, Ethan was fine with that. He just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Ethan firmly knocked on the door. Before he knocked on the door, the host of this channel, Alexander, decided to go to the toilet in order to piss, because if he didn't, and something were to happen in this very moment, he would piss in his pants. He politely explained to his audience, and he made his way for the toilet while telling his audience that I'll be right back, people. I'll see you in a minute, okay? I'll leave you with this ambience. Enjoy the ambience. And then he got off his chair and ran to the toilet before he pissed his own pants. As he sat down on his chair, Alexander remembered that he has to greet himself with a very cheeky comment. I'm back, I pissed, I'm ready for the scares. Or maybe this cheeky comment was a little bit too much for him to... Actually, it was... yeah. Fuck it, the guy's a moron. Ethan, though, was the one who firmly knocked on the door. No one answered, neither the first time nor the third. No lights came on in any of the rooms, and there was no sound behind the door. One of the windows on the second floor was open. Excuse me, I blow into the mic. Ethan moved away from the porch and tried to take a better look. No movement. The house was asleep, and its sleep resembled torpor. Ethan himself came to think he might be dreaming, but if two people share the same dream, is it any different from reality? Slowly, as if that really was a dream, Ethan went to the flower tub the letter had mentioned and took the spare key from its hiding place. Just as slowly, he returned to the door. The key rattled 3 times in the lock, and the door drifted inward into the darkness. At the top of the stairs leading to the second floor, there sat a cat. Ethan tried to call out to it, but the cat didn't move, still watching him with bright round eyes. Ethan plunged into the darkness of the house. The darkness and the stench, which were almost one and the same here. It's the room from the beginning. The smell, unbearably thick, dense. I told you the acquaintance was the guy from the beginning. The smell, unbearably thick, dense, wrapped the house in a suffocating shroud. Ethan tried not to think about where it was coming from. Instead, he thought of Selene, or rather, her dark counterpart, Hecate. Oh no. Oh, not Hecate, god fucking damn it. Oh, in case you do not know who Hecate is, she is the goddess of witchcraft in Greek mythology. She is basically the goddess of the crossroads because she is the one to guide people in many ways when they're lost, but at the same time she's actually a witch, like a witch goddess. And yeah, let me actually... Oh, he thought of Selene, or rather the dark counterpart, Hecate. Let me... my trusty Hecate, there she is. Goddess of boundaries, transitions, crossroads, magic, the new moon, necromancy, and ghosts. Hecate is a goddess of ancient Greek mythology, often shown holding a pair of torches, keys, snakes, or accompanied by dogs. And in later periods depicted as three-formed or triple-bodied. She is variously associated with crossroads, entranceways, night, light, magic, protection from witchcraft, the moon, knowledge of herbs and poisonous plants, graves, ghosts, necromancy, and sorcery. Her earliest appearance in literature was in Hesiod's Theogony in the 8th century. As a goddess of great order with domains in sky, earth, and sea, her place of origin is debated by scholars, but she had popular followings amongst the witches of Thessaly. Thessaly is right here. This is Athens. This is Thessaly. And this is Peloponnesos, and this is where the Sparta is. This is Laconia. Ha ha ha. Wait a minute. Thessaly, an important sanctuary amongst the Carian Greeks of Asian Minor in Lagina. Her oldest known representation was found in Selene 20 in Sicily. Selene Lunte. Hecate was one of the several deities worshipped in ancient Athens as a protector of the Ecos household, alongside Zeus, Hestia, Hermes, Apollo. In the post-Christian writings, yes, he was regarded with rulership over earth, sea, and sky, as well as more universal role of savior, mother of angels and cosmic works. So Regarding the nature of her cult, it has been remarked she is more at home on the fringes than in the center of Greek polytheism, intrinsically ambivalent and polymorphous, whatever. See, blah 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 blah. The Romans knew her as epithet or trivia, an epithet she shares with Diana Artemis. We have to face Hecate, yeah? No wonder. The ancient Greeks believed that she appears in the form of a dog. I feel honorable to play this damn game, not gonna lie. The ancient Greeks believed that she appears in the form of a dog. Or, you know, she appears in the form of a key or some shit. But dogs were sacrificed to her, weren't they? Better turn the light on. It was really better to... But Ethan couldn't gather enough courage to do it. It was really better to, yeah. Man, this is... You know what this is? This is basically us fighting a Greek god. Fuck me. Who are we fighting? Are we fighting Selene or Hecate? Actually, her name is Hecate. The H, it's not actually sound. You cannot actually... Yeah, it doesn't have a sound in Greek. Her name is Hecate. Dogs are the natural enemy of cats. Light is the natural enemy of darkness. Life is the natural enemy of death. And what wish could be more natural than a wish to destroy your natural enemy? Ethan stumbled over something. He looked down. It's a corpse. Oh fuck me, it is a corpse. Oh, it's the puppet. A hand was peeking out from behind the kitchen counter, blackened and swollen. Of course, Ethan would have seen more if he had a flashlight. Somehow Ethan wasn't surprised, as if it's him, not his friend, who had long ago resigned to his fate. You have received a notice of life termination. It suddenly dawned on him. Madness, curse, and death are contagious, and this is not a Dark Age superstition, but an actual law of reality. Selene, Hecate, Artemis, all of them are goddesses of the moon, by the way. They have, you see, when it comes to concepts, there are multiple deities that might represent a specific thing, you know. For example, there is Ares and there is Athena. Both of them are gods of war, right? They represent war, both of them, in different ways. This is exactly what this means. All of them represent the moon, but in different ways. Selene, Hecate, and Artemis. Madness, curse, and death. Here lies the accurate answer, as accurate as it gets. You see, unlike Selene and Hecate, Artemis was one of the 12 gods of Olympus, and she wasn't actually an evil goddess per se. Just saying. But perhaps because she is a goddess of the moon, she might also be evil in certain cases. Oh well. The answer has 3 faces, and he himself wished to look into each of them. A sound of glass breaking in the hall, but it wasn't a window collapsing. The light bulbs. Someone was smashing the light bulbs with a bat, one by one. The sound was getting closer. Ethan closed his eyes. Good night. What was the question again? Ending 6 out of 6. No, what was the question again? Was the trophy I got. Finish the gig, ghostwriter. No. Something changed. God damn it, I fell into a fucking trap. Good night. I got the answer though. I got the answer. Happy dreamland. I'll give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whenever you bind on earth will be whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Okay. So that means I'm screwed. The hands in Sam, so what do you do when you feel lonely? I don't feel lonely. What do you do when you feel lonely? I don't feel lonely. What do you do when you feel lonely, motherfucker? Something bad happens if you ask me again. What do you do? Told you. I killed you. Fuck you. Bye-bye. That was such a nice show. I would like to watch it again. Oh, a third one. Blue Lights Hotel. We welcome your stay for a moderate price. Ah, yes. Remember, I also work I also work at hotels, so we do welcome your stay at a very nice price. What do you do when you're lonely? What do you do when you're lonely? Commercial break and gift hill. Oh, we got the Okay, so we got one ending. We got a bad ending. That's the thing. But we did finish the thing. You know, the commission. Okay. Okay, to the last choice. Don't interfere. Sweat broke out on his upper lip. Ethan closed his eyes. No. Ethan said it with firm clarity. All the following words that came out of his mouth were more and more quiet until his lips moved silently. No, I'm sorry. I can't help. I'm so sorry. He really was sorry. Sorry about his former life. Sorry for himself. Desperately to the point his stomach clenched with a painful spasm. Sorry for Hope. Sorry for the poor writer who was being dragged deep into a cold vortex of darkness. But what could he do, Ethan do? What could he do, Ethan, do against that darkness? He failed. Maybe he had the skill to get the answers required, but they were buried too deep. At the depth, the water turned pitch black, and there were things in the blackness Ethan didn't know the names of. Didn't want to know. He took a deep breath as if he was actually about to dive. Then he deleted the email. Immortal through his works. Oh, that's the trophy I just got. The letter with the title untitled disappeared in the dark vortex. The frantic, terrified pleas of help were erased, leaving no trace, as if they had never existed. It's not like that. Hope once told him it was a bad time for Ethan to recall this. The information on the internet doesn't really disappear after you click delete. More often it remains somewhere in the servers and you just lose access to it. You turn the mirror to the wall and pretend like it's your fancy. There was nothing wrong with the reflection. In that case, the silent scream didn't vanish, it was now trapped. Trapped where no one could hear it. I'm so sorry. Ethan covered his face with his hands. The mirror on the wall of Ethan's dark room The mirror on the wall of Ethan's dark bathroom was reflecting a closed door. Ethan and Hope got an official divorce 3 months later. Do you have any idea how this pains me? At the very least, I got an ending where it did not end in a divorce, so I'm fine with that. At the very least, I also got the names: Ethan, Hecate, and Artemis. Selene, Hecate, and Artemis. Ethan and Hope got an official divorce 3 months later. They never talked about everything that happened. But what did actually happen? Over time, the horrors you experience get erased from memory, fade, weaken, such as are the defense mechanisms of the human psyche. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Such are the defense mechanisms of the human psyche. Dad loves you and never stood silently at the head of your bed, clutching a pillow in his hands for some reason. When you were 8, Uncle Jeremy didn't take you behind the barn, didn't show you anything or make you show anything. The grandmother, old wig, does not and never has had any long spider legs. Ethan's psyche had notably suffered, but it was playing by the rules still. He wanted simple, coherent explanations, and he knew where to get them. Dr. Laura Stein was an island of clarity and sanity, and the horrors, as Ethan had discovered, fade from memory much better if you break them down into phallic symbols. Ethan wished he had started therapy sooner. Who knows, maybe most of that nightmare could have been avoided. The police never figured out what happened, but even the clumsy versions suited Ethan much better than what he remembered. What he allegedly remembered. Ending 5 of 6. Oh, okay. Week after week, Ethan felt like he was gradually recovering. Of course, he had to give up his career as an independent consultant in favor of more predictable office job, but at least he had the money for proper therapy. And at some point, a small incident happened. Dr. Stein introduced an electronic registration system. As it goes with electronic registration systems, something went wrong on the 2nd or 3rd week. It turned out that 3 people had an appointment in the same time slot: Mr. Quains, Mr. Harrison, and Mr. Millis. What? Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. Dr. Stein introduced an electronic registration system. As it goes with electronic registration systems, something went wrong on the 2nd or 3rd week. It turned out that 3 people had an appointment in the same time slot: Mr. Quains, Mr. Harrison, as Ethan, and Mrs. Mills, the mother of Hope. The meeting felt awkward at first, but the tension faded surprisingly quickly. By mutual agreement, Mr. Quains was the first to go to the Dr. Stein's office. Ethan and Hope were left alone on the couch. Wait a minute, it was Hope oh, it wasn't her mother, it was Hope, sorry. They were both smiling, a little tense, but overall happy. Since they met like that, they decided to go out for coffee and talk about various things because they hadn't spoken in a long time. Then, at some point, they decided to hold hands. The next day, they were hardly keeping their eyes open because they only managed to sleep for a total of 3 hours. And that was inevitable, as in a relationship, you always have to sacrifice something.
Who was that?
Who was that? Hope leaned over the arm of the sofa and looked at Ethan curiously. She shrugged. A literary agency, one of the few I haven't disgraced myself in front of yet. They are looking for enough of a boring guy to be their historical consultant. The working schedule is something about a whole day and most of the night, 7 days a week.
So what did they say?
So what did you say? Wait a minute, she doesn't have a voice here, why? Or perhaps she has a voice, but I cannot hear anything because... Oh! This entire damn time, my goddamn earphones were unplugged. Sorry for that. That I am happily employed office worker and I heartily enjoy cooler water.
Are you serious? Ethan, don't be silly. We both know this is your true calling. I understand this kind of work takes a lot of time, but you could quit the office job and...
I could, but I don't... Oh, fuck, why? Oh, man. Give me 1 second. Oh, Jesus. Got a damn running nose again. Okay, so I could, but I don't want to. It's my turn to bring the mammoth to the cave. What about your calling? I know well enough how hard you work to make this startup of yours survive. Who will make a homeless cat in there if not you?
Well, actually, there is quite a variety of animals in our database. You'd be surprised. Recently, someone has booked a mini pig.
A mini pig? Like an actual pig, but portable?
Yeah. Well, kind of. The mini part stands for 100 pounds instead of a good 600.
Ah.
People get crazy over cute piglet photos and think this is it. But in reality, wait a minute. Don't try to change the subject.
Oh. I didn't even think about it. Hope sign frowning.
I don't want you to give up on your dream.
I'm not giving up on anything. And anyway, I do understand that Miss Millis won't marry an ordinary office clerk. But I have a plan.
Oh, come on.
I saw a caution slant against Ethan's cheek. Hope tried her best to look serious, but she was too pleased to pull it off. Besides, she was burning with curiosity.
What's the plan?
I'm writing a book on mythology.
Wow.
Yes, guess who? It's Kati and Selene and Artemis.
So now you're not only a popular history consultant, but also a talented writer. Guess I'll start getting used to that thought.
Ethan grinned. Something of that sort? Yes.
And what's your future bestseller about?
It seemed to Hope, just for a brief moment, that Ethan's eyes became round and shiny pools of black nacre. The chthonic gods of ancient Greece. The curse of the ancient Greece. The curse of the ancient Greeks. The chthonic gods. The Cthulhu gods of the ancient Greece. Yep. I was expecting that. We are cursed. Oh, fuck me, and it's Greek curse too. Considering the fact that I am Greek, this hits close to home. But why would a Greek god screw me over? What did I do? Perfect. Hope and nightmare. Ending 4 out of 6. This is the, the achievement I got. Oh no, the TV. Blue Lights Hotel. Do you want to go back? Enjoy your stay. Something changed. SELENE Apoptosis. Oh shit. Difficult to find the good ending in this fucking game. The light from a single source is split with a half-silvered mirror. The resulting beams are reflected by a series of mirrors. We expect them to combine at some point. I'm not saying it's safe. All I'm saying is you will not die as fast as you think. Oh, it's the Titanic. Oh, sorry. All I'm saying is we are observing the experiment. It's the Titanic. Oh man, Happy Dreamland, I like this show. Fear not the devil, but the God, for he walks among us and his eyes are hungry. Oh, another show. There are mirrors behind mirrors and doors behind doors. Some of them not like the other. Mirrors behind mirrors, you say. Okay, we're starting to fill up this fucking. Okay. Commercial break and science for kids. Okay, so we have almost filled up these. Okay, the real question now. Where do we go from here? That is the real question. You see, I'm not exactly sure. Whoa. October 8th. I got an F for the essay. Mom will be mad. The bus driver said it was good and I should keep writing. He's nice, but I'd rather have a B anyway. Hope Mom isn't too fucking... hope Mom isn't too angry. The Catholic gods of ancient Greece. Shit.
Selene.
I did a huge mistake on this. She changed her hair to black. That's the one thing I didn't want to happen, and this is exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure this is where I made the mistake. Right here. I should have taken her away from the fucking... you know... From the window. Okay, we continue on from this moment. And this time, let's just do the other question. How do you get in here? The girl put her lean finger with a neat black nail to her lips, while the finger figured out the other hands. While the other fingers of her other hands shaped a figure of a man. She pointed at the figure with her eyes. Ethan felt sick of the farce that was happening. He thought he should call the cops immediately, the hand clutching the phone continually to hang lightly. The figure man looked around and started walking along the window slow with his finger legs. 1, 2, 3. Then something else happened. Ethan failed to understand what it was. The next moment, the figure man was walking on the seal, and the girl was making it with her other hand. Then she smiled widely and put both palms on her chest. She looked absolutely happy.
I was invited.
Yeah, I knew she would say something like that. That's why I didn't ask her. Suddenly, she cast a gloomy look at Ethan. Her black eyes gave a cold glimmer.
It's really rude to come in without an invitation.
A moment later, the girl reached for something behind her back, quickly pulled it to her lips and took a sip. Ethan's throat became tied with blood that abruptly rushed to his head. Oh, how'd you get in this? Ah, yes, it's the mug. Hope's huge colorful cup. The one that she got from the store. I think the moment she breaks the cup, it's the moment where she actually... It's the moment where she actually... Basically, it's like breaking hope. It's not just a metaphor, it's a literal thing. It was milk.
You shouldn't have spooked me, you know. Now look at what you've done. The poor cup is so broken. So many eeny, meeny, tiny pieces. There's no way to mend it at all.
That was suffocating. What the hell are you doing here? What do you want from me?
Do you? But I may run into Hope. Right, she forgot her pass. What would the poor girl...
Fucking damn it.
Oh, it's her. Here she is. Hope is simply amazing. Accurate to a minute. Hello? Hello?
The girl turned over on her stomach. Okay. Flashing her tits, yeah. Drag her away. She will stop right now. He will force some sense into her. Ethan rushed to the window. He was going to grab the girl's arm and drag her deeper into the room. Maybe he would have clenched her shoulder much harder than necessary. Maybe he would have given her a hearty shake before releasing her. But even in a state of frenzied rage, he did not intend to punish her. Let the police handle it, it's their job after all. Moreover, he wasn't going to get on top of her with his whole body, pressing her against the glass, but he did just that. What the? Ethan failed to see how this happened. It was as if someone rolled the clock forward and in the missing strands of time replaced the thing he intended to do. Do I see what I think I'm seeing right now? Yes, I see exactly what I'm seeing right now, and I know that I knew this was a bad choice. So the other choice, is this actually a good choice? This is what was supposed to happen. How are we going to save this fucking marriage if things go fucko like this? All he knew was his right hand already clutches the naked boob of that damn bitch, and his left is propped against the glass. Yep, not only she saw the cat naked, she also saw us, grabbing her. Behind the glass, far below, was Hope. Ethan saw her face. I knew this would happen. You see, I called it, but I don't know where I did the mistake and I got a bad ending. He would give his all for a chance not to see, but it seemed like someone lent him a pair of theater binoculars against his will. Ethan saw Hope's blue eyes turn glassy, and her mouth opening as if she wanted to say something but couldn't find the words. You little shit. He did not even have to pull down his pants or lift up the hem of her dress. All this happened as if by itself. Yep. When he finished, Hope was gone. His shallow, frantic breath surged in his chest and just couldn't calm him down. Ethan was crying, silently and without tears. And then the girl's neck turned counterclockwise, crunching all the while. Ethan had a momentary thought he hallucinated at the very moment. The girl's neck twisted again, and again, and again. The girl laughed, and he saw her wide smile right in front of him, though she was still lying belly down on the windowsill. Jesus, her hand was no longer covering her mouth. Ethan saw her teeth, long and sharp. Her bones crushed, her head spinned, just like the regulator's wheel on a camera, and her face was switching one after another, grinning all of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The air got thick and nauseating. Ethan staggered. He knew he would either vomit or pass out, and wasn't sure what will come of it up until the moment the merciful blackness swallowed him whole. Ending 3 of 6. Oh. Selenophobia. Well, that escalated quickly. Selenophobia. The fear of the moon. Selenophobias. Okay. When he woke up, the terrible creature was gone. As soon as Ethan's mind could function again, he called Hope. She did not answer. Ethan thought he could come to her office, but eventually decided that it would make things worse. Yeah. He returned sometime between late at night. The skin on her cheekbones, strong alcohol. This piano piece right here, it's actually so nice. It's saddening as hell, but it's very, very, very nice music. He didn't sleep. Yeah, no longer frightened him. Hope stared at him in silence, saying, instead of people's dark holes, I've been thinking a lot about what you say if you come back. What I can't say. Hope's face showed no emotion. It seemed like she didn't even blink. Anyway, I realized that I can only tell the truth no matter how crazy. If I try to cheat, it only gets worse, right? Give short, nervous laugh. Anyway, had plenty of time. Some time ago, I don't remember exactly seeing her. I don't know.
Sophie? Your student from that...
Movies from the late Victoria era. What? Yeah.
I remember you were impressed with her. You always liked... And the thing... Who says... Thinking's too... What is it all about?
Here, look. Sophie Wolf. Nice couple. I don't care. Bitch follows me. But now I don't think I'll ever see her again.
Is it good?
No more weird stories. Please, Hope. I don't need anyone but you. If you can give. He couldn't finish because Hope kissed him. The rest of the night actually went fine. Damn, this is getting very complex, and unfortunately for me... Oh, excuse me. I wasn't meant to save it right now, but unfortunately for me, I feel like... Damn! I don't think I can keep up like this. I'll get one more ending, and I think I will be, you know... the non-cave muzzles of Persian cats started by cat him. All that was required of Ethan, he had to call them cattery. You see, Persian. I told you there was a word Persian before. A simple task, but Ethan hesitated. It was hard for him to get used to the idea of one of these pop-eyed creatures walking around their apartment. During the day, he will nap where it pleases, and at night, sneak it. Blah, 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 blah.
This didn't help, did it? Any of it. You can't love me even now, right? Isn't it obvious? I see how you look at me. You're disgusted. You try your best to touch me as little as possible. And no matter what I do, no matter what I try...
Admit it. You didn't write Ethan. She was... Shit makes the flowers. And flowers grew so...
Shit. Shit makes the flowers glow. I mean, shit makes the flowers glow. Shit makes the flowers grow. Fucking same shit. Wait a minute. So where did I make the mistake? Perhaps now the call would make better sense? Something had changed in the picture. It's not that Hope's favorite flowers was missing in the closet. If you find the difference, you win. If you find the difference, you will know where the gears are taking you. What difference? What are you talking about? The hallway. You know what I mean? Okay. This is the other choice, basically. Answer the call this time. What will happen? I got the answer the first time. You have to give me something more this time, no? Or perhaps there was even an even more earlier, you know. I do not get the paths very well in this game. The reason the guy is dead, it's because of the beginning, right? No? The cat that was sitting in the house was probably... Yeah. Good night. I get it. The reason the guy died is because of the... Because in the beginning I made the wrong choice when he was with the cat. I think. It will not change.
Selene.
It will not change. Nothing has changed. And the reason nothing has changed is because if I was to lie to her, it would be bad, no? In the answer the call, I think that was the mistake I made. That was probably the only mistake I truly made. It's because the guy did not resist it enough that he died. Or else there is a slight possibility that we would have found him alive if we answered the call after that. I want to speedrun this a little bit to see if or do I want to take my time for next time. There's a lot to read afterwards. You see, if I was to lie, for example, in this moment, or if I was to say something else in this moment, or this moment, this moment. Well, what can you do? I guess I have been streaming for a long time anyway. You know, if I feel like it, maybe I'll make one more stream tomorrow, because I really wanna keep playing this game. Okay? I have already streamed for 2 months tonight, and I really have to get some shit done. For starters, I need to take the dog out. Yes, you heard me right. The dog. Fuck cats. Okay? I mean, don't fuck the cats. I mean, you know, kick them out. Get me? Get me. This image right here. This image right here will forever haunt me. But we'll get our revenge next time. Okay? Thank you all so much for watching. We're starting new next time. We're starting from the beginning. We didn't get many answers. But we know now that it has to do with the goddesses of the moon, not just Selene. I suppose. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend. I will not... I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep my promise for tomorrow. I'll see. You'll see a headliner if I do feel like it, okay? Anyway. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good one, okay? I'll see you next time. Perhaps on Wednesday, or if not on Wednesday, then earlier. If not earlier, then on Wednesday. Okay? Bye-bye. Have a good Saturday and the weekend overall. Bye.